Good time zones, everyone, and welcome to Thursday, in which, dear Fnurбling, heck, what a day it's been. Welcome in, everybody. I hope that everybody is doing okay and has made it through this far into the week with some of their sanity left. If they haven't, I apologise, because I don't know where mine is either, so we're all completely lacking it. Welcome to the madhouse. Welcome to the madness world. Let's see how crazy we can get. We have a Frauke with the ice cream machine. Welcome in, Frauke. We've got a Feg who, no ice cream, not feeling like the ice cream. I hope that you're okay, Feg. Welcome in, Feg. Ginger grabbing a bowl of rum and raisin. Bowl of rum and raisin and heading off for a nap. Look after yourself, Ginger. Thank you for that. I hope you have a lovely nap. Then the parade of bots arrived. Welcome into the bots. Good time zone, Scots, bots, and Fnurbles. I mean, Fnurbles is always here. Frauke getting the scurry, Feg joining the scurry, Jerry May getting a stretch and a hydrate. Heil hydrate. Thank you, Jerry May. Everyone remember, it's early, it's late, one of the three. Hydrate, stretch, med check, take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and do remember to look after thyself. It is important. We wouldn't want any of you not to be okay. You are all important here. Welcome in, Jerry May. Thank you for that. Gray. Welcome in, Gray. I hope you're doing okay. Feg on a 460 scene. 460 dream. Shall I give up now? I mean, I could always just, abandon stream and give up. Or you could just cope with the silliness that's about to happen. Apparently Feg hasn't got the energy to fight Mary today. I haven't got the energy to fight, to actually talk sense. Nothing new there. However, you have managed to escape from Mary, and that's a 20 escape run total. Doing well there now, Feg. True Purple, welcome in. Lovely to see all of you, all of you, all of you, all of you. Blast, welcome in. Joining as our 69th scampering squirrel. Congratulations, 69 dudes. Sin Lily, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk, Feg. I hope you're doing okay. Sin Lily wondering if Jordan's following them around. I mean, who knows? Hopefully the hiding in the corner is just to focus on things. Don't push yourself too hard, Feg. Urban, welcome in, Urban. I hope you're doing okay. Wouldn't be out of blue if it did. Careful there, Blast. Ritsu, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Kel, Chaos Tween, welcome in. Then we did have a event Pokemon in chat, which I completely missed. Nothing new there. Hopefully some people got it. Kel cocooning themselves in the blankets. And providing me with a well-flung dictionary. A who-flung dictionary. Miss Ferret, welcome in. Lovely to see you as well. Jerry May on a 15-stream streak. Escape? I guess so. And apparently you guessed correct. One of these things is accidentally correct. Kel on a 185-stream streak, bringing out the Zoomy Squirrel. And straight into a nice warm blanket. I think actually you were looking for the blankets. Blast hadn't even thought of the idea that they were the 69th squirrel on the scurry. Well, apparently you were. Ritsu on a 190 stream streak. Despite this crappy Wi-Fi at the courthouse, you made it to 190. Well done. Unfortunately, you've been caught by Mary. But that's only your 11th catch. You've escaped 18 times. Oh, Kel wants to be unhanded by Mary. Oh, you said not given. Okay. It's not a yes or no, but a not given. Okay, I can't read, Blast. Don't mind me, I have streamer blindness. Streamer blindness. It happens. Volder, welcome in. You should be blanketed on your terms. Thank you very much, says Kel. Well, I mean, being blanketed on anyone's terms is always, yep, absolutely. So, let's see. Where were we? What are we doing? Why are we here? Who let the cats out? Who let the dogs out? And what are we trying to think about? We are trying to think about Shadow Sky arriving and joining the scurry. Welcome in, Shadow. Gotta hand it to the Mary Whitehouse bot. I mean, apparently you just got no choice sometimes. Yesterday, we started thinking about a ridiculous amount of netherrack and how we're going to turn it into the shape. The shape. Available now. The shape. From the makers of The Thing, The Stuff, and The Nightmares. Oh, maybe not The Nightmares. Overnight, I might have added 6 stacks of chests to the wall. Boy, did that take a lot of thinking about. I also put in all of the redstone for the top here. On this side. I have not added the 4.5 trillion hoppers that are going to be necessary, and I have only started placing in some basalt as a temporary, this is a filler block on this side. Mostly that was just to double check that actually I had this correct, and this design did scale horizontally with a 1 block wide version. The answer was, yes it did. Thank Fnurbles for that. In the interim, however, I have gone back and had a think, and there's a few things I want to move. Notably, I think... These are words that are usually a bad sign. I think, said Scotsman, that actually I want to move this circular section down by quite a lot. Good news, says Kel. Oh, well, apparently I am turning around and going straight back to where I was. Good news, says Kel. I did not get selected for jury duty, now exempt from selection for the next 2 years. Woohoo! Last day of mentorship tomorrow, then nothing will be standing between me and running brass guard with the favoured squirrel. Yes, well, that means you'll be around it with Feg, but what about me? In the meantime, he says, Ritsu has decided we need a cuddle bug as an adult fox in the frozen archive. So we need to go and get a red fox for Ritsu. Come join us. Come join us. Join us. Join us in the madness. Yes. Absolutely will definitely be joining you as much as I can in Brassguard. But first, I need to go to the Frozen Archive. And then I need to get back to Himmelsby and break a few things that I've planned. Fuel the addiction. I don't want to. I've already got it. I do not need to fuel it. It's already fully fueled. Feel the power of this fully fueled addiction. Wait, what? I'm not crazy. Really, I'm not. Can you tell it's been a long day? I had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning, which was one of those, this is going to have some serious implications and all sorts of things. And I'd put together notes. And the meeting opened with, right, we're going straight to the bottom of the spreadsheet of questions. Scots, you're up. And I'm like, what? Ah! Thus leading to a 10-minute description of what my question was and a 30-minute discussion about the impact on the universe. And I'm like, oh my god, why are we doing this at 9 o'clock in the morning? I survived. And now I'm here. I'm not crazy. Kel is pressing X to doubt. I mean... Yep, that seems reasonable. Right. We need a red fox. Survived, but at what cost? Well, I mean, it might have been at the cost of any indication of any sanity that I had. Better 9 a.m. than 4 p.m. No, 4 p.m. was a completely different meeting, which was equally evil and made worse by the fact that I had all sorts of travel issues, which meant that I missed the beginning of it. So, yeah, I had my day bookended with dangerous meetings. Always good. Always good to have a day bookended by meetings. Yay. Sanity? In this economy? Alright. Cuddle bug. Cuddle bug. Cuddle bug. We need to make a cuddle bug. Alright. And this is a red fox. I fear we have no red foxes that are fully grown, so what this will be is we will make a baby, and we will not feed them the dandelion, and eventually they will grow up. Whoa. We found... Wow. We found all the fox piles. Okay. Sakura. And you're foxing with me. If you could come with me. Thank you. You're... Would we... Please... Hi. Nope. Hi. Hi. Cuddlebug! Cuddlebug now exists. Cuddlebug has been added to the archives. Do I need to fight for the... No, I do not need to fight for the leads. I shall leave them some berries. I love the way the berries just go, all of these. We'll take all of these. Yep, even Cuddlebug has berries. Thank you so much for hanging out long enough to get the points for that, Ritsu. It will take a little bit of time for Cuddlebug to grow up, but they will be there soon. Bedtime snackies. Yes. Although, given the time of day... Apparently, I need the snackies. Wow. And we have Blast getting a white fox. Okay, well, that's a name. Fox off. Fox on, fox off. Right. I'm going to need more berries because we clearly need that. And this is also an adult, so I just need to name them. And make them and name them. Sounds wrong. Right, we need more berries, but the berries are on the way to the white foxes. So this is a white fox. No, that's not the way through. White fox for blast. There we are. Let's grab some of those. Grab some of those. Hello, foxes. Yes, we do know you, Blast. You may have encountered me in other such situations as... Oh, hello. Actually, I don't need to make a new fox. We have a fully grown... white fox in dire need of adoption. So there we are. Have some... excuse me. I tried giving you berries. Hi? Please. Well, he, This next statement is not 100% Fnerbling friendly. Well, he's just foxed off with my lead. We have a chatot in chat, for those who might be interested in a Pokemon. Hey, Sci-Fi, welcome in. When are we going to let us send a... give me time. Give me time. The pandas will probably... It's his lead now. Yes, Cosmic, apparently so. Hi, Cosmic. I'm not even sure where he went. It's not so much he took the lead and left. He's gone. Is that you in the corner? No. Is that you in the corner? Is that you in the corner with the lead? Well, we've definitely got a fox pile here. I have no idea where he went. Tempted to find which one is mine now, probably for all of the fox puns, but you remember elk as one of them. Quite possibly. Hi. Hi. Is that you? I don't know if it is. You ain't coming anywhere near me. Can I tempt somebody to give me back my lead? I don't know where my lead is. You have one red fox pun and a couple of Fnurbles. Well, that lead's gone. I had more leads. Oh, hold on. Oh no, that was a new lead, wasn't it? Because it was. Oh, I wonder. Aha! Found it. Apparently, he went straight to the pile of berries at the end of the room, and decided to actually pick up one of those instead. He went to the berry bushes and exchanged the lead for the berries. So he must have run straight over here and gone straight for the berry bushes, and then the lead was picked up by the minecart under there. Thank you so much for yet another addition to the fox family. It is lovely to have so many foxes. I think that they are incredibly gorgeous and fun. Even if they do decide to steal everything and run away. To quote parts of Blunding's introduction video, you can't trust foxes, they're all thieves. Inari, welcome in. I'm sure that's just a Blunding comment, however. You probably can trust all of the foxes. Probably. Maybe. Boing. Boing. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Yay. Let's go through the nether. You know what? I'm fairly sure I have a reasonably amount of. What does that say about Ding Ding then? I don't know. I mean, considering we managed to summon Ding. I gotta be careful. My brain's not playing with the words nicely today. We managed to summon Blunding with a dangling. You try saying that fast. The other day. Ding Ding sounds like a fox name. Well, I mean, it is Blunding's alternative name. I'm not quite sure why it's Blunding's alternative name. I don't know the lore behind that one. Here we go through the nether again, the nether again, the nether again. Here we go through the nether again. Excuse me. Go away. You two. I love the way that the two new ones appeared and then just went Wile E. Coyote-esque. We exist! Vroom! Oh dear. That was a classic moment of I exist! And so does gravity. Bye! How much is that gravity? Well, in the window. The one that's destroying my mind. No idea. Just someone called him that and you adopted the usage. Yeah, I think that's exactly what the reason why I know as well. Ooh, nearly fell through the ghast again. Remember, kids, falling through a ghast is not sensible. Gravity is underrated. It always just works. But does it? Does it, though? Okay. So, I have a think. Hey, Elcorn! You arrived to discussions about Blunding and danglers. Ding Ding danglers. I'm not sure we're allowed to have that conversation in open public. How you doing, Elk? Fancy seeing you here, Elk. Yes. It's a fancy Elkhorn. Oh, Fnebbles. Come on, Scots. Would you mind at least attempting to place these blocks in the right location? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Two, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Oh, it's going to be one of those evenings, isn't it? Not that I'm complaining, but oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 1. Have I already gotten off by 1 error? 1, 2, 3, 5. Yes, I already have. I've already got multiple off by 1 errors. How have I managed to have so many off by 1 errors already? I've been building for like 2.5 minutes and I've already got like 1100 off by 1 errors. There. Because I'm counting. I mean, yeah, maybe. Something like that. So, this is not the same shape as that. Question is, do I prefer that shape or that shape? That one's got because I'm circling instead of freehanding. Well, I mean, yes. I sort of like the... I'm going to say this. I'm going to regret it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I like the curves of that one better. Elkhorn! Somebody was organising Drain Johnson's craft closet, but his scrapbooking shears were missing. They lost the rocks, paper, scissors. Oh. That got a 45 arrow pun. Speaking... Oh, goodness. I saw something very broken today. Have you seen... has anyone seen the trailer for Jumanji Open World? The next in the Jumanji series. Apparently it was announced at Comic-Con. It looks so broken. It looks... No, none of that fits. It looks so completely broken, and it looks hilarious. There's a lot of stuff in the real world. Please excuse me, I've just used air quotes because of that. Where all of the 4 major characters have entered the real world and are fully demo mode normal characters, rather than being actual sort of piloted characters. So they're very, very jerky and not really sensible. But then it also seems that they end up back in Jumanji again. And the list of people who end up inside the characters, they've found yet more ways to be disturbingly broken again. Hunter, welcome in, Hunter. And thank you so much for a 34-month subscription streak. Goodness. Has it really been that long? Thank you so much, Hunter. I hope you're doing well. Oh, goodness. Okay, I may need a hand on this pronunciation. Is it Run Uzera? I feel like I've gotten some of those vowels in the wrong order. Or is it Run Ezra? I apologise. If you are able to give me a hint on how to pronounce that, I would very much appreciate it so that I can get it right. You can pronounce it how you ever want. Well, I'm sure you have a preferred way of having your name pronounced, so I do not want to make assumptions. It's a very made-up username. Oh. Well, welcome in. Thank you for the raid and thank you for bringing over your viewers. You've been playing Minecraft today. If you have a moment to let us know what you are up to, very much interested in hearing it. If you do need to raid and run, because I'm sure you've probably been very busy and you may have some post-stream things, go with run. Okay, thank you so much, Run. Welcome in. If you do need to look after yourself after your stream, absolutely. But thank you for coming on over. I hope you're having a lovely day. Ninja Sydney, welcome in as well. And Blast Jordan with a pun. What do you call a ship that hunts for rocks instead of gold? A pyrite ship. Honestly, that one actually made me grin, so that's not too bad. In the process of blowing up a massive mountain to make automated storage for the server with evil vibes. Ooh, evil vibes. So you're thinking, you're blowing up a mountain. Are you blowing up sections of the mountain to make the storage inside of it, or are you removing the mountain so that you have an area to build in? Because that sounds fantastically interesting. So many possibilities and so much fun by the sounds of it. Thank you for the slurk there, Jerry May. Look after yourself. How you doing, Sydney? TGM, welcome in. Right, please excuse me, removing all of this netherrack that I've been sketching with. I've decided I don't like the position of some of it. And for those who are attempting to catch their Pokemon, we have a Phoebus. Yes, that is a Phoebus. Hollowing out so you can have storage at the bottom. Massive aquarium style with a giant Leviathan head. Wow! And a layered woodland with all the varieties of wood minus birch. No love for birch in this universe. Nobody likes it. Please ignore the fact that the camera count has just had a happy gas go straight through it. That sounds like a fantastic combination of builds. I do hope you manage to get it to look the way you want to, because that sounds like it's going to be gorgeous. There. Don't shift. Don't shift on a narbling ghast. You'll end up walking off the edge. Quite a few people do like birch in Hari. Personally, I like the wood. Massive birch hate on your server. I like the planks, I like the wood. It's the logs that I can see why people have the that. Wow. That's a view. Apparently there is nothing inside of a there is nothing inside of the Happy Ghast's head. I may move the camera count a bit. Ahem. Twitch be buggy here yesterday. Keep watching to say, oh no, goodness. I have that occasionally, TGM. It's very, very confusing when that happens. However, it is 24 hours from the end of a stream, usually. So the fact that you're here now should be enough, hopefully. I think I had one yesterday that I had been in the stream of all day, and then it turned around and went, do you want to save your streak in this stream? And I'm like, wait, what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these days I will manage to place blocks without getting them wrong. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. Oh, please tell me that's in roughly the right position. I hope it is. I think 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 it is. I can place blocks. I can place blocks. So the reason for me lowering this circular section... Ooh, that lined up. Woohoo! I got it right. Is because I was having a think about this, and I think having an open platform here that you can just walk straight through would actually be rather nice. And we have a hydrate from Lil Red. Welcome in, Lil Red. Happy Thursday. I hope that you're doing well. I will get that hydrate in a second. Just let me finish removing this row of blocks. Heil hydrate. TGM had the oboe ready. Yep, so did I. And we have a stretch from Jerry May keeping us honest and keeping things in sync. Thank you very much, Jerry May. Welcome into Glam Pixie as well. Beautiful build here. Thank you. For those who haven't seen this, let me go to the camera count a bit. So this is... what is the plan du jour? Today I am functionally sketching out where my storage room and all of the other areas that are going to make up this ship are going to go. And I didn't do a brass guard run today, Elk. I haven't done one for 2 days on stream. Mostly I needed some mental space to take a break. And to focus on this, because this is quite detailed. For those wondering, the airships have not been built recently. The 2 airship sections were built back in November, December, January, and February off stream because they're basically just replicas of another airship. And I wanted the foundation. Yeah, I declare these huge airships to be the foundations of a build. Oh, yeah. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. You still need to watch the brass guard runs in VODs, but if I went now, you could watch live. I will be running soon, TM. I will check with Feg and Kel. We may run at the beginning of the idiotic stream tomorrow, perhaps. I am not crazy. I am nuts. Hi, crazy. Hi, nuts. I am crazy. Don't have a third, but here's a paw. Woohoo! That'd be a fun way to start an idiotic stream. I think so. We'll see how that goes. I will check with the Chaos siblings and Chaos Tween. Let's see. So I think it would be nice to do something like this. And actually have a huge arched room here. Effectively, I'm thinking... So, because this is effectively... This is supposed to be a giant aircraft carrier-esque style building. A lot of aircraft carriers have a thunderstorm running straight through the middle of them. Have a giant hangar bay as the main central section of them. And I think actually having something like that would be quite nice. We can leave some fun builds details into it. But what it does mean is I need to think about how to build the build around it. And so what I'm thinking is it would be lovely if I could get rid of the rain. But that'll come in a minute. making steampunk Venator. Something like that. I have a pair of inspirations that I'm working from. Well, trio actually. There is a there's a TV series called Captain Scarlet, which has Skybase, and that is one concept that I am building from. There is the film, The Avengers, with the helicarriers, which is my second inspiration, and there is a set of tabletop games which is called Dystopian Wars, I think. I need to verify that one. Which has a set of a fleet in it. One of the major vehicles of which kind of looks an awful lot like what I'm building here. It's a giant airship that kind of, I think, will look good. And a Venator. I mean, Venator is Star Wars. I'm unfamiliar with the first and third. Yeah, that's the thing. Having 3 references means that people are likely to come up to recognize at least one of them. Quite a lot of people will recognize at least 2. Not many people will recognize number 3. I will post a picture of it to my inspiration. Actually, I think I posted a picture to my inspiration warning a while back. But what I will do is... Where is it? Did I post it in the past? There's been an awful lot of inspiration in the past in the inspiration warning folders. Ooh, the Mile Ships book. It looks like the answer to that is no, I did not. Fine. Then I will paste these 2 pictures in. So, yeah. Your brain went Venator because big ship with hangar in middle. Valid. Hopefully not as evil Empire. Are the Venators the evil ones? I don't know. Don't think so. But yeah, inspiration warning in Discord has the Dystopian Wars concept. Venator was Republic of Protostor Destroyer. Is that the one? Is it the one with the ridiculous concept where the central fin or the central body just opened up and slid sideways, and the hangar deck was on the top of it underneath those panels? It was. Why on earth would anyone put that amount of moving parts onto a ship like that? I mean, really, that's just silly. Oh, wait, hold on. It's the same universe as the Death Star. And the planet... What was the planet killer? Star Killer. That's the one. Yeah. There are a great many, but why moments in the universe. Make them look like a slail or snug. Absolutely, Scotsman. Do you want to rethink those words? No. Why? Words are hard, especially in the dictionary that I've just had thrown at me by Elkhorn. Yep. I can't place these blocks because I'm on the back of a fnurble. Slail as in a snug and a rug. Yes, that's the one. Elk threw that with love. I think you'll find that's more elk. Elk loved throwing that at me. Close. Slight difference in logic. Returns to lurk in a corner. Look after yourself, Feg. I hope you're okay. Right, let's go with that. Comfort in a mug. I'd be careful with that. Comfort in the UK is a type of fabric softener. Unless you're sending Irish coffee, at which point, absolutely, send some of that here. Oh. Here we find Scotsman falling off the build. Fortunately, he managed to catch himself on the build. You need to do laundry, so you appreciate it. Let's do that. It's a blunding. Welcome in, blunding. I hope you're doing well. I guess we summoned the blunding with the talk of the fox that was stealing my my leads earlier. And we have a Pokemon in chat for those who might be interested in catching one of those. You're making dinner. Ooh, what's dinner today? I'm doing okay, thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. Poke a distraction. Ooh, if you or anyone else is poking a distraction, you may have an issue with your with the legality of that. Please remember to poke your distractions appropriately. In a consensual manner. Am I about to make a serious blunder? Yeah, it's not quite a max blunder. I'm not on the blunderbuss yet, but I was about to make a blunder. So, this ghast is not going to be staying here. I think I might need to ponder how to move this ghast storage soon. Oh well, for the moment we'll just leave it and just assume that these go all the way to the middle. Nice try, Canadian Dragon. Welcome in. And thank you for trying to give some poker presents. Okay, no. I do find the sploot of the ghast to be slightly surreal. It's a splooty ghast. It's a splooty ghast. It's a splooty ghast. Splooty ghast. Splooty ghast. I'm doing a Swedish build. Not that I'm aware of. Also, welcome in, Mika. Okay, I'm curious. Why Swedish? I mean, this is a replacement for IKEA, but that doesn't necessarily make this Swedish. Oh, Himmelsby. Ah, yes. Swedish town. It is that the word was picked to evoke that sort of logic. It is Sky Town. I think is the word I was looking the word I asked for a translation of. Because this is effectively the replacement for my storage room, which is called IKEA. So, if I'm going to replace IKEA with something, I might as well keep the concept. And in this instance, Himmelsby, because it's a sky town, and it's enormous. Seemed appropriate. I mean, if you're going to build storage that's this big, you might as well. Where's my sketching materials? Because I seem to be running out of them. Again. You see, also here in Denmark have a sky something. We have the Sky Mountain or Heaven Mountain. Himmelsby. Bjerge? Okay, I'm going to need somebody to assist in my butchering. Himmelsbjerge? I may be getting too much on the E. Might be Bjerget. Definitely butchered. Well, yes. Oh. Too much emphasis on the G. Okay. So that would be... Himmelsbjerge? Bjerre? Bjerge? Bjerre. Out of curiosity, what's the mod I'm using for the top right screen? A completely secondary instance of Minecraft. Hi, this is my cam account. Welcome from the cam account. Hi. I deliberately made the decision many, many moons ago to run this world on a server that is hosted locally to me. It's literally in the same room as me. It just means that I can run 2 accounts onto it without having to think. And as a result, I can do cool things like having a completely independent camera account. Can't use any channel modes? Oh my. Can't think of any reason why you shouldn't be able to. And solving almost all of that problem immediately. Superfast Feg giving a gift sub to Maker. Thank you, Feg, for being absolutely amazing there. No channel emotes on any channels. Okay, that sounds like it's a Minecraft issue. A Twitch issue. Minecraft issues. Yay! I know what I'm talking about. How are you doing, Urban? Okay, this is starting to feel like the right sort of shape. Let's see. I need to figure out what I want to do. And that statement, just stop there, seems entirely accurate. I need to figure out what I want to do. I mean, can't fault that one. Not too bad getting to go fishing again on Thursday. Ooh, lovely. Right, let's put in another vertical section here. It'd be nice if I could remember how tall that was. How tall do I need to make this to have it the same height? 4 would be a good start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Then the horizontal. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. We don't control logic. And then 1, 2. And away you can still go fishing. Woohoo! Oh, no, hold on. That shouldn't have... That should have only been a 1. And then this one goes all the way across. And then this one comes all the way up. So I'm thinking now to check the fishing bait isn't mouldy. It's always a slight problem with that. Weird in here, don't have a Twitch icon for emotes. You think your 7TV is messing up something. Send help, you're going to do an arson. Please don't burn down Twitch. It's kind of useful for it to be functional. At least for the moment. Invite your mate round now, get that task done. That sounds fantastic, Urban. Look after yourself, Urban. Have fun. Right. And then this is 1, 2, 3. So what I want to do is... I think it's time to work out where the bridge is. Or at least one of them. And I kind of feel like having... So if we allow for the fact that there's going to be a huge long flat section through the middle here, he says, looking at the camera count, I think, which is a phrase that generally causes people to panic, I think it would be lovely to have the bridge at this point. Hold on. Have I made that too short? Yes, I have. That should have been 1, 2, 3, and then the top block. Off by 1 error. Mika, thank you for those 100 bits. That's too kind. Thank you. Even if they are combined with an arson. I have no idea if this is the center line. Bridge should go from that side to the other side. That's how they work best. You don't say! Really? You don't say! You don't say! What was he saying? He didn't say. Henry! Welcome in, Henry. How you doing, Henry? Had a weird thought, like back in 90s, early 2000s, if you for fun said, I'm going to go do an arson, it would be taken very seriously. Now everyone just... it's amazing how the human language evolves. It really... It's an interesting thing, isn't it, Mika? I need to work out where the midpoint is. Oh, hold on. Let's... Ow. Let's borrow the chem account and work it. You're just hidden for the ride. I mean... The English language... which block am I looking for? 505 is the midpoint. That's a useful number. The English language has a habit of hanging out on street corners, finding any language with a few spare words, and coshing it over the head, and then deciding to make them its own anyway. 9, 10... Oh! What? Good lord. I am miles away. That's the midpoint. Struth. That's not a bad thing. Being that far off means that I've got room for making fun and interesting shapes. And actually, let's not make this a perfect circle. Let's make this rounded off. So here. He thought all builders of Minecraft used at least used diamond blocks for placeholders. Not in survival, Mika. Not in survival. If I had that much diamond in survival, I'd be asking where the heck I got all of that from. Cannot all be as rich as Calvin. Exactly. No, this is survival. Please don't assume I'm rich. Besides, can you imagine how... I dread to think how many diamond blocks... You're only rich where it counts. I mean... Yeah. I dread to think how many diamond blocks would be in this build if I was... Yeah. Wow. And thank you for that follow. Ah, goodness. You're right. Do, 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. I think I've replicated the shape properly. No, I haven't. I got off by one error here. Where have I got this wrong? Oh, that last one. What? Why do I have... Why do I... The Fnurbles? You found new dangers today. Do please elaborate, Sydney. Do please elaborate. Tried new energy drink flavor. Turns out sour green apple is a yes. As someone who's not a energy drink fan, don't shoot me. 505. There we are. Oh, and we have a Gen 1 Pokemon, which is a weekly in chat for those who might be interested in trying to catch those. Yeah, I've never been a drinker of energy drinks. The closest I've ever gotten to that is Iron Brew, which isn't an energy drink. It just happens to be something that I treat like one. Used to have caffeine like once a month. Your first energy drink was this year. And now you're mainlining it. Ah! You blame Rogue, and he knows it. I mean... This is a non-sponsored statement. Does that mean it's Rogue energy drinks? I am aware that is an actual brand. You always felt rich, even when you lived in poverty for 10 years and barely got by. Amazing people around you, real life and online. Be amazing. You'll all be amazing, valid, and super appreciated. All loved, cared for. Never forget the chat. Mika, that is one of the most sort of valid statements I thoroughly agree with. Friends and family and the amazing people around you can be one of the most enriching things in the world, and I absolutely agree with you. Stand by that people who've gone through those periods understand and appreciate things in a different way, changes your perspective 100%. Yep. 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 thoroughly agree with that. Thoroughly agree with the fact that I should not have placed that block there. Just in time to be called amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone here in chat is amazing. I consider myself incredibly lucky to have chat. Yes, you heard that, chat. You may all be gremlins, but love all of you. Do live a bit on the high end now. After you got your pension, got calm on your life, sort of developed an expensive lifestyle, still invite people out and keep out. Yay. Yay. This is terrible. I hate this shape. Right, let's try that again without it being awful. Right, let's just go with a straight up here. But yeah, as I say, I absolutely consider myself to be incredibly lucky to have everyone in chat. Even Blast Jordan. No. I'm not sure I like the fact that this has an overhang here. I might move this over by one. I'm kidding, Cal. I'm kidding. If we didn't have Blast, who would we shoot? More to the point, Blast is amazing anyway. That's better, I think. Oh, I've just realised. All of my redstone's here. So if I'm doing my walls here, my redstone's going to be visible on the outside edge. That's a problem. That's a problem. Whoa. Excuse me. You're not supposed to be staring up my nose that far. I might have to think about that shape a bit more. I mean, the question becomes, do I want to have these reinforced sections inside of or outside of, oh, sorry, inside of the walls or embedded? Oh, I can say what I want to. I really can. Do I want to have the docking connectors embedded into the wall, or do I want to have them protruding from the wall so that they feel like they're exterior? I don't know. The brain cell has an out by one. The brain cell is lost right now. Last seen on a wall as an old Betsy. It's the lost brain cell. The lost brain cell. Last seen in the same warehouse as the Ark of the Covenant. Raven! Welcome in, Raven. I hope you're doing okay. Braincell has tried to take a Mediterranean cruise, forgot its passport at home, pivoted to a cross-continental road trip through Europe. It would still need a passport to go through Europe. Unfortunately, the brain cell is still Scottish, and thus Europe is not considered. Excuse me for a second. Iron Jesus. Iron Jesus. Iron Jesus. I need to have a word with you. You are far, far too early in chat. In stream, for us to be having My Goodbye as a song. apparently, RNGesus says it's time for us to consider wrapping up. Thank you to everyone for... No, sheesh. I don't know what music track it's picked next, but hey. Do not... No, I'm not planning on wrapping up. I'm just making a funny. Excuse you, who said you could still leave? The ball and chain's still on. What? No one gave you the key yet. Wow. I kind of feel like I've gotten these... Oh, of course they're wrong. Of course they're very wrong. It's these ones are the ones that I'm fixing. This moment of EDM brought to you by Scotsman's brain having a meltdown. Yeah. Fruitcake Candy, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Safe bet that Sydney has the key hidden somewhere. Must not say the words that just went through my mind. Must not wait through the way. I think I'm the first person besides the hermit. Sometimes they don't count. Who's actively using a happy gas to build and do stuff. Have a carousel that utilized it. I'm not the only one. I know that Luna has used them quite a lot as well. I'm sure that there are many, many others. I just happen to use them very... there's a hole there. That was nearly embarrassing. That was nearly embarrassing. I nearly managed to nurble that statement and drop myself through the floor. Regret to inform you, the squirrel has found the hole in the floor. Ah. There's a hole in the floor, dear chat, dear chat. There's a hole in the floor, and I've fallen through that. I've only been using them quite this much at the moment because the builds I'm working on are either at build height, notably this one, or ridiculously tall, notably all the ones in Jurassic World. For things like Gordonstein and the Frozen Archives, I don't have a single ghast in those regions. So it's very variable dependent on my build and whether or not it makes sense. You don't use them, but then mainly you design your builds in Creative, build them schematic on server. You have Shulker Plus, which allows you to take items out of Shulkers while they're in your inventory. Ooh. Oh, please, Mojang, can we have that in vanilla? Please, Mojang. That sounds gorgeous. Oh, the ability to use the contents of a Shulker. Even if it was use a Shulker the same way you can use a bundle. But of course, now that we've got bundles, they're never going to do that. It would be lovely. It'd be lovely. Whoop. And we have a hydrate. Hail, hydrate. Thank you, Fruitcake Candy. Never going to happen. No, it's not. I agree. Because we've got bundles. They're not going to give us the same mechanics on a Shulker. Oh, wait. Not going to ban. I mean, the bundles are fantastic. I love bundles. They are incredibly powerful. Particularly when doing things like a Trial Ruins run. Trial Ruins? Trial Chamber. Trial Ruins. That's what happens. No, a Trial Ruins is what happens when I get anywhere near a Trial Chamber that's outside of my build area, and I go, I need copper. By the time I finished, it's a Trial Ruins. The only thing that's left are the spawners, and I've neutered them by encasing them in block. Frustration, but balance. I can't have balance. I'm too unbalanced. You can't make me be balanced. Hold on. Have I gotten this wrong already? Yes. Yes, I have. Okay, so if that's that, so I need those two blocks not to be there. Today on attempting to build shapes that are quite complicated. And then it's 2 up from there. And then we have an Electra Buzz in chat. It's Electra Buzz. From the makers of All of the Buzz. All of the Buzz. Buzz Buzz. I kind of feel like that actually shouldn't be quite so abrupt. Yeah, let's do that. It's a Gen 1 weekly for those who might be interested in those for their Pokemon numbers. I think that super annoyed you as of an update and still does was the archaeology update with the brush, sand, gravel. Love it. Hate that the loot table breaks if you manage to obtain it through cobwebs. Thought we could collect a bunch and make a mini game where people. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, equally, I can also understand why the loot table breaks. It's kind of why I like Looter. Looter does fantastic things with suspicious sand and suspicious. Wow. No, it's nice in there. I like it. It's very, very nice. It's a nice head. Clearly Scots has not read his DMs if he thinks the inside of his head, if my head is nice. Ooh, nice. I hope food soon arrives. Had veal liver and some cheese in the fridge. Do not want to try and cook today. Gonna be tomorrow, so you ordered a meat lover's pizza. 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 Don't ask me. I have no clue what's going on. Right. 5:22. Really? You're at 5:22? Oh, okay. Fine. Be like that then. Be exactly the right place. See if I care. I do, actually. It's quite useful for you to be in the right place. 298. thinking of making liver into liver pate tonight. Crumbs. You weren't kidding about that. This is making you realise you did not have lunch. Sydney! Don't make us rename you Cyber Goblin. I have breakfast. Okay, I'm gonna... Chat. Hear me out here. If you have not eaten for a distinct amount of time and have not yet ordered food in some shape or form, please, look after thyself and make sure that you have food. Had lunch at 12:30 p.m. Well, yeah. At least you know you always have breakfast because morning meds make it. Yeah, same logic there, Sydney. Same logic. I cannot skip breakfast for same reasons. Had food at 9:30 and now it's 2. I'm not mad, just disappointed. You know what? I'm not going to bother working at the back for a minute. You don't do breakfast for similar but opposite reasons. You cannot have food with meds for reason because meds sort of reason. Is that the logical answer? Where does the side of the airship meds make you? Yeah. I had a hint. I had a hinch. A hinch? What's a hinch? Is that kind of like a Grinch, but slightly more confused. Thing you don't understand is why is it when you're working most places who have the options, breakfast is at 8:30, lunch is at 11:30 to 12, and there's a huge gap from 6. You're talking to somebody. I mean, for me, breakfast is at 6. Second breakfast is at 8. Lunch is at 12, and dinner is at 4 or 5. And then there's the very long gap of nothing. Although I'll usually have a snack after stream, which is 8. Elevensies. Only if I'm really hungry. And only if second breakfast has in any way, shape or form been disrupted. It's fine. So dysfunctional it's often a 9:30 breakfast and 8 p.m. dinner. And if you snack in between, it's a good... Sydney. Mr. Roo. Welcome in, Mr. Roo. Okay. I'm going crazy. Exit. How you doing, Mr. Roo? So if we're going to be putting in gas docks here, Alright, sitting outside with a book you're planning to read. Ooh, lovely. That sounds fantastic. sort of had a ritual every morning. Go down 7 or 8 a.m., get chai, see breakfast, lunch at 1, dinner 7, sometimes 10. Rarely, but sometimes it happens if you forget the time. And that happens. Forgetting time. I mean, anyone would think that I would never, ever, ever forget time. Please ignore the existence of quote 200. Oh my! I think we built one of those though, Sydney. Okay, so yeah, that works. Don't put that one on a shirt. Oh my! Apparently, the quote bot is in a horny mood. Because everyone needs to finagle with their fnurbling. Well, yeah, that's been known. Minecraft, why do you have to rain on me? Actually, what I will do is take out those 4. Why does it always rain in Minecraft? Because it always wants to figure out the moodies. Why does it always rain in Minecraft? Let's put a slightly lower section down the middle here. Maybe it's trying to rhyme me what I've not had IRL for weeks. That too. UK, now available in interesting colours of... have you considered what sepia tone looks like as landscape nowadays? Available now with the bonus options of forest fires, heathland fires, more fires, and yet more fires. There's been light rain up there. You lucky soul. I haven't seen rain in weeks. Okay. I have a question to myself, which is, if this is the shape of the platform... UK, nobody knows what the orb in the sky is, but we hates it. The precious, the day star, it burns us. It burns us, the day star. Ahem. Rain and thunder here right now. You lucky soul. It's about 2021 where you are. A few scattered light showers. Chat, do you want a crispy chicken sandwich or a meatball one? What are you calling a meatball? Why not both? Crispy chicken meatball. Not sure that's how it's supposed to be, but I mean, you do you. Yes, there. Okay. So let's bring this down and bring a line across here. Thank you for the lurk, Mr. Roo. S'mores, brownie, or cake? Ooh, that's a tough question. To which I do not know the answer. Brownie? I'm hearing a brownie. Ooh, this is going to look pretty damn cool. So this is probably not solid. I'm thinking this is quite literally just framework underneath. And for those who are after a Pokemon, we have a Clodsire in chat that is an event Pokemon. I can see myself using a ridiculous amount of copper again, but that's nothing unusual. Or an even more ridiculous amount of spruce. Because, hey, never get through several metric tons of that either. Raven is sitting in the corner going, I am so glad we're not building this in aeronautics. For one, it would crash the server. For two, no. Okay. So this is my flight deck that I'm plotting out here. And I quite like the idea of having a flight deck that runs also that runs straight through. So, yeah, having it this high, I can run it. Yeah, we can easily fly straight through the middle of this, all the way along here, and it's not fast. It's not fast, but that's because it's a it's a happy gust. They're not fast, but they're useful. That's going to need to move. And the question is, up or down? Do we put a large upper deck at the back of the airship? So sort of step up again and have a large building on the top into which we put the... or do we drop it down into this area below ship, behind our crystal power source thingy zone, which I suspect, honestly, is going to have to be much, much longer? I can see this crystal power source thing being about as long as it is tall in Jurassic World, so we're probably going back another fnurble amount of blocks. In In fact, probably the entire length of the storage area would be this crystal. Because, of course, why not? Let's have a giant crystal warp core. Makes perfect sense. Absolutely. Excuse me while I try and figure out why I'm this insane. Available now. No logic at all. It's my logic. I can build if I want to. Build if I want to. Build if I want to. You won't have logic if it builds like this too. I quite like... Actually, hold on. We've got the flight line running from here up to there. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 blocks high. I wonder. Load schematics. Nether portal. Excuse what? Have I got visuals off? Yes, I have. Schematic placements. Configure. Useful. Schematic placements. Configure. If I take this back to where that is, there. So that would be the portal if the portal was exactly where it is now. This is my custom world portal lore version. If I put it there, so that it's 1 block below that floor level, where is it in relation to my flight line? It is 1 block below the flight line by way of the... Hold on. Hold. This is the flight line. That's... Ooh. Oh-ho. Interesting. If we place it at that level, so that it's sat on the floor of the... Finally had a chance to look at those information. That thing's... Yeah, it is, isn't it, Elk? We could have this in the middle of the flight line. It means you can't fly straight through. But honestly, not being able to fly straight through versus being able to have that in a cool section of the ship. I think that might be pretty cool. I'm going to raise it up by 1. And lock that. I reckon that might be a really cool place to have it. So if you're flying straight through the ship, you find this at the back of the flight line. Almost like it's been stored on the in the hangar deck. Which would be exactly where you'd put giant, ridiculously large object that you're trying to transport. Right in the hangar deck. It's the area of the ship that's designed for the big things, he says, with absolutely no plans to think anything other than fnurbles. Or, oh my. You can also see where a lot of the inspiration that I'm putting into this build is coming from in those pictures, Elk. If you think about it, there's significant levels of, oh yeah, I can see that. We might have a plan for that. Okay, so we've got a plan for where our nether portal will go. Means moving the nether portal, but moving the nether portal was never exactly going to be a bad thing. Right, I'm gonna get off my ghast for a minute. Because we're at the point where it's probably easier to just walk around on top of my sketch. I'm very well aware that the back of this ship has absolutely no design yet. We've got everything behind this point is just completely missing. And that's going to be a problem, because there's a lot to fill in back here. But what I'm thinking is that area at the very back is probably exactly where I need to start putting things like propulsion. So it would probably have... I'm thinking of absolutely stealing the giant propellers off the back of the Hindengast and probably putting 3 or 4 of those in a shape of... Why don't I just do that? We've got Light Matica for a reason, Scots. It is so that you can plot out these things. You're not just having it for fenurblingly stupid reasons. I mean, other than, you know, all the fenurblingly stupid reasons that you do use it for. This line needs to come out by 1. What height is that? That height. I don't suppose that I have done something as sensible, as useful, or as intelligent as having one of those propellers already defined as a Light Matica schematic. I've got half Garstenberg. No. Bore end, crafter unit. Nope. Right. Let's go to the Gerstenberg and steal the design for a propeller. Well, that was a terrible shot. Missed completely. We're off to steal the design. We need the things that all of the things and thing. Here in the Nether, we find a squirrel trying to perform acts of grand larceny from his builds. Why is there a pig on top of my portal? For one, they're not supposed to be able to spawn up there. They're all half slabs. And for two, they're not supposed to like going anywhere near a portal, for goodness sakes. How did you get up there? Spicy bacon. Glad that the overseer's quiet recently. Drop chop from ceiling space. It's something like that. Except there is no ceiling space there, Elk. The nothing above it is not netherrack. That is bedrock. Yeah. The next blocks above that are bedrock. For which, yeah. You ain't gonna get anything out of that, Ian. I'm gonna steal a propeller. You know what? Let's... Hi, Huffy. Huffy's going on an adventure. It's Huffy's big adventure. Boy, does that sound like a phrase I shouldn't be using. Right, I'm going to put the glass bottles in here. Come on, Huffy. Weekly. Oh, we've got a weekly in chat. Ah, sorry. Weekly to miss. There's a Pokemon in chat. Right. You. That looks about right. Yeah, dun 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 dun. Okay, have I managed to capture the entirety of this propeller blade in my schematic selection? Good grief, I have. Error editor. Save schematic, large propeller, and you know what? While we're at it, let's steal the schematic for the smaller propellers while we're at it, because you never know when you might need something smaller. Now comes the fun bit. You... here. Is that all of it? Surprisingly, it looks like it might be. Did we get the bottom? We got the bottom. I do like these propeller blades. They are gorgeous design. Small. I could have sworn I stole these and stuck them into somewhere. Brass guard at one point. You go down, you go there. Yes, but you didn't do it with schematics. Oh no, I did it with light matte. No, I didn't. I manually copied it. I did it with the cam account. Because we weren't supposed to create schematics and pull them in. We were allowed to copy manually, though. That's what it was. Thank you for the memory there, Raven. I swear, Raven is the better archivist of my memory than I am. I have no memory, and I must scream. Ah! But I'm not going to scream at the overseer because he's being quiet at the moment. Welcome back, Inari. Even with no memory, even with memory, screaming is always valid. I think you'll find that when looking at memory, screaming is valid when encountering the prices. Back from a run to the transfer station. Ooh. Right. Hello, Gasty. Right. If I were to think about, which is usually a bad starting point, placing. And so you need to figure out if your gaming laptop is DDR4 or 5. Oof. Even 4 is fnubblingly expensive recently. Large propeller. Oh, what do you know? It's off by 90. Ooh. Okay, that's larger than I... Okay. We ain't gonna be having many of these on the back of this. Oof. No. Where are we at? 5 Oh, actually, we could get 2 in if we place it there. I would be tempted to bring it back to there so that it's sort of... Yeah, if we were going to do this, that kind of makes sense there. At which point, having 1 there... And schematic placements, configure lock. Can I duplicate? No. Okay. Create a placement. Schematic placements. Configure. Oh, there you are. Now, mental question. Slightly mental. Part of me is thinking, would a pair of these propellers, would one counter-rotate compared to the other? Or would they both operate in the same direction? I think we've had this conversation before, and I think my logic was they would counter-rotate. Yeah, that's my thought too, Elkhorn. Ooh, wow. Some do and some don't. Hey, Mad, welcome in. DDR5. Joy! Oh, no. Oh, that looks awesome. That one. Schematic placements. Configure. Lock. Oh, no, hold on. Mirror. That didn't work. How you doing, Mad? Counter-rotation is deemed more essential for ships. Okay, I'm going to consider this a ship. It's not needed if they sit in a tunnel, but it would counter when they're close and open like here. Didn't I have a happy gust somewhere? Oh, there you are. Come back here, you. Aircraft use both, so streamer's choice. I'm going to go with counter. Because I like the way that they look. And I think that's one block either side of the center line as well. Now, what I'm going to do to make this look particularly ridiculous is... where's my small propeller? Schematic... Configure, rotation, like so. Which way around is that? Heil Hydrate. Heil Hydrate. Thank you, Feg. And a stretch to go with it. Oh, thank you, Feg. So what I'm thinking here is, what if this but sillier? Ooh, that's on the center line. Excellent. And those are... Oh, those are... That's the wrong way around. I would need to mirror that. That's better. Now it's at least on the same... Ooh, that's... That might actually work quite nicely. Where's my center line? Is that my center line? Yes, it is. There. It's an airship, so counter-rotation works too. Yes, but not on the same set of propellers. That. Oh, that looks cool. Have both the large and the small in the same plane. I'm going with rule of cool here. I like it. Right. Lock that one. And loaded schematics. Create placement. We have an event Pokemon in chat for those who might be interested in trying to catch one of those. Alright, now I need to work out which level of rotation I want on this. Have I got that right? No, not in the slightest. Well, some of it's right. No, that's wrong as well. That's also wrong. How am I... Fire pup is good pup. Yay. How am I managing to fnurble this up completely? Okay, let's try... That's the right direction. That's the right direction. And it's the right way round. Now I've just got to get it lined up. Center line is here, so I need to go to that way. There. Take it. No, take it that way. Center line is off. Center line is accurate, I think, maybe. Yep. Bring it in closer. There we are. That is... And it's the same way round as that one. Excellent. Our survey says... Lock it. How easy? You're a squirrel. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty cool. That gives us something to work back to now. That gives us something to work back to. Because that's nice. I like that. It has absolutely no bearing on reality by way of logic, but who cares, because the rule of cool has just been enforced. configuration menu. Ghost block alpha. Trying to render a schematic while shaders are active. Boy, did that FNURB... Wow. Okay, apparently that is no... That is not going to be a functional... Okay. Maybe we don't do that. It wasn't so much the ghost blocks that were a problem, it was the ridiculously broken stuff behind it. I think those are going to be really cool in that location. So that gives me those. Right. So we now have an idea of what we're aiming for. Oh, hold on. Let's bring out a line to those so that I know where they are. Oh, angel blocks. How I wish I had you. Scary, but ghost blocks. Woohoo! When you need to be scared by the ghost blocks. Woohoo! Is angel blocks. Angel blocks is probably not one of Captain Scarlet's friends. Angel blocks, however, are, I think, a mod. Certainly Axiom allows you to place blocks without gravity, or without actually having to place them onto anything. Oh, Neville's. I've gotten off by one. Right. There. That. There's a mod in there for... I mean, Axiom supports it. It's just, I'm working on a server environment, and therefore I don't have Axiom. There's a creeper on my airship. There's a creeper on my airship, dear chat, dear chat. There's a creeper on my airship, and I don't know how I feel about that. Excuse me. Block is a nice one. Every update it doesn't break because the blocks get removed. Okay, that is my connection line. So now I know where those blades are. So that's the point we're aiming for. Horizontally towards the rear of the ship. Good news is I know where I'm aiming for. Bad news is, holy fnubbles, that's a lot of build space still. Right, first things second. Or second things first. Let's take out this. And then work out what we're going to do by way of bringing stuff backwards to it. Right, so first things first. That is our off by 1 error. It's an off by 1 error because it's a stream and because I can't do anything without getting things wrong. Right, that is where this needs to link to. Let's see. What have we done at this end? Because I know we did something. Okay, and then we bring this way. Right, so that's where that walkway is going to end up. Question is, do we include this much gap, or do we... I kind of feel like I should do what I've done at this end, which is actually have it immediately after this turn. So you walk out of the storage room and turn immediately. So there would be 1, 2, 3 here. Because then we can have a walkway running all the way along here, which would probably be the case. Because that feels like it would be a sensible thing to do. Careful. Gotta be careful with that. So that becomes a line to here. So actually we don't have these. But we'll have some of those because whoa! Suddenly a block in the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Doorway. And then this comes up like this. And for some reason, I haven't done that over there, but I should. So we've got a walkway straight along there. So quite literally you can walk from one end of the ship to the other along the outer hull, all the way along here. Because this side on the left of me is just going to be the hopper leading down into those chests, and we can hide that behind trapdoors or another block or something. Because actually, yeah, that fits. In fact, this can move one to the possibly one to the right, which would work. Yeah, I think having a walkway all the way along the side of the ship at this point would seem natural. I'm fairly sure aircraft carriers, for example, have a huge long corridor that runs the length of the ship. Stem to stern, virtually. For just such a purpose. And in fact, if I remember rightly, they have one on each side of the aircraft carrier. Which would fit. The advantage being, it means that you've got a space that is not... Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They have sealable doors on a regular basis, Raven. You're right. But the other advantage is it means you've got effectively a double hull between interior rooms and the exterior hull. And as a result, if you have a hull breach, it's not going to be immediately destroying lockers, cabins, whatever you want to call them. Rooms. And we have a Pokemon in chat for those who might be interested in it. Wait, what? We're at 200 again? Good lord. How did that happen? He says, yet again. Okay. I think we've made significant amount of progress here. How does time do that? Who said that can move? Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. There is a ridiculous amount of work here available now by way of shape. I think this is going to look ridiculously cool. I think what I will probably do is I'm going to try and finish off the sketch over the weekend. Certainly the doubling up of it, and the finishing off of this section, because this is pretty much done. Up at this level, all the way back to about here, so I can duplicate all of that over the weekend. I might leave it so that the back of the airship becomes a future Scots problem, because clearly that feels like it might be. I mean, future Scots hates present day Scots, but hey, it's his own fault. I mean, it does have so many callbacks to things like Venators. With the shaping, we've got a bridge. We've now got a bridge. We've got some of the nice shaping across stuff. We've got the central flight line that runs all the way through here. Need to work out what we're going to do with this, obviously, but that might be a future Scots problem. I think we've got the beginnings of a really, really nice design here. It's hard to see because it's all just red sketch blocks at the moment. I'm leaving future Scots a lot of problems. Yep, Future Scots is sitting here going, why are you doing this to me? I mean, this as the sort of command deck with the ability to see the front of the airship and the docking area, and it'll probably have a set of windows out the back overlooking the Gust storage area. Then we've got the actual storage area, which might actually be open to the flight line, because that kind of makes it look pretty cool as well. Future Scots, current Scots, past Scots. He's used to having his own problem. Yeah, or being his own problem. Yep. I am my own problem in so many ways. And we've got so much storage here. That one block of 8, 16, 24 chest sections is going to be all of the woods and all of the leaves and everything. This can be things like grasses and flowers and wools and mob drops and natural, and the repetition of all of this on the other side can be things like the stones and so forth. Now to pick materials to replace the sketch with. Yeah. I have some of those in mind. Stones and metals, very much so. For example, this bit is almost guaranteed to be some sort of gantry frame type shape or stuff. Oh, stones and metals. Yes, sorry. This is likely to be a gantry frame, so this is probably going to be made with things like polished deep slate and so forth to look like it's metal. But the top surface will probably be spruces and birches and wood for the actual top deck of the runway. Kind of like an old World War II aircraft carrier. Yes, I'm thinking that sort of thing for some of my inspiration. Please ignore the mob noises in the background. Apparently a zombie pigman has just walked through the nether portal. Because he could. But yeah, I'm going to take a lot of World War II aircraft carrier inspiration as well. Yes, I'm going for every possible inspiration source because why not? At least I'm not going with the concept of an airship made out of a giant iceberg. Because I'm not that silly. Or even an aircraft carrier made out of a giant iceberg. One of those things was sensible at the time. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice view. If you think about that as being a view along the storage room. What, you don't want to build with ice and snow? No, Elk, I'm going to leave that to you at the moment. However, we have reached the point where it is time for me to wrap up. Thank you, Feg. Capezilla, Math Girl, Gutty, Genfire, Zack the Dragon, and Cat Possum Alive. Ooh, that's quite a... Oh, hold on. Landstrad, welcome in. Let me just boot that button and this button. Gonna go hit buttons. Thank you, Raven, for being here. Alright. Heil Hydrate. And to go with the hydrate, we have a stretch as well. Thank you, Landstrad. And Cardoodle's arriving as well. Thank you for joining the Scurry Cardoodles. I don't know if you've been lurking and just de-lurked, or if you've only just got here. If you've only just got here, I'm terribly sorry. You've caught us just as we're about to raid out. Thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. It has been absolutely lovely having you all here, as always. Fantastic to see you, and we've had quite a lot of progress. Tomorrow, I will be back. We will have the idiotic server for some time. I think there may, if Feg and Mika, and Kel, any combination of those are available, there may be a couple of Brass Guard runs. Because I think those will be fun to have a couple of those towards the end of the stream. End of the week. One of those things was valid. Why not? Sounds good, Feg. Let's see. We've got... Excuse me. A yawn that snuck up on me. Apparently, I am tired at the end of the day. When was the last time? Yeah. I don't think we've been to see Gabezilla for a while. Ooh, nearly 2 weeks. Let us go and see the absolutely lovely Gabezilla, who is fantastic fun to hang out with and is currently building a giant mushroom house, which appears to also be their storeroom, or at least have a decent amount of storeroom in it. As I say, I will be back again tomorrow. I am desperately trying to find Gabezilla on my list of people to raid out to. There they are. I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a fantastic evening. Take care of yourselves, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye-bye.
I think I saw